Hello everybody, welcome to another video on the 59Gaming channel. I am Gale Wright, back again, this time with Pokemon Masters EX. A lot to dissect in today's news article that we received, or a letter or a message from the Masters EX team. Today with me I've got Gotcha Talks, say hello.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am glad to be here once again with the homie Gale. We are going to be discussing, like he just mentioned, some of the blunders that Pokemon Masters just made on this post.
We're gonna get into it. I was going into this video because we had this plan for a while now. I think it was like Goresh and Brad were gonna do like a whole rant video. I was gonna do a whole like how we're gonna fix it, along with Gotcha and Social. Unfortunately, Social couldn't make it today, but we were like, okay, we're gonna see how we can fix Masters. Unfortunately, I'm gonna do a lot of ranting and trying to fix what they're messing up on as well. So we're gonna start off with the first thing. They're introducing themselves, who the producers are, new message. They're saying we're gonna tell you about the plans to adjust the balance of the game and increasing the amount of some items that are given as rewards and providing more chances to earn more rewards. And this is a very fun thing because I'm gonna come into a second on how they've made it more rewards, but we're gonna come to a second. This should make more rewards more accessible to those just getting started to the game. For veteran trainers, we're preparing additional challenging content along with accompanying rewards, so we hope everyone will be able to enjoy the game even more with these adjustments. Now we'll come on to the first point. We're gonna try and go point by point. I think that's the best way to go about it because that's pretty much the simplest way. We're not gonna be going haywire all over the place, going from one point to another. So we're gonna try and make this as streamlined as possible for you guys to understand,
Yeah.
and obviously to give your opinion on certain timestamps, basically, effectively.
Yes. So,
Um,
can I just
Go
try in
ahead.
for? Okay, there's a reason why I'm laughing there. So, the funniest thing to me, I've never seen this done in a gacha game, and I think this is a great first point. They're hyping up an event for February. Gail, how do you feel about them talking about an event all the way in February?
I see. Okay, I don't necessarily mind it because at the end of the day, it isn't a bad thing to kind of show people a roadmap. I've seen Star Smash do it. I've seen Danmachi do it. I've seen other games kind of create a roadmap for people to say like, oh, you're gonna expect this in like February. You're gonna expect this next year. You're gonna expect this. Oh, we're gonna put this in March or something like that. But that doesn't mean you don't talk about stuff in December and January, because I know they do talk about something in December, but that doesn't change the fact that a legendary event, which is one of the more popular events in Pokemon Masters because you're getting a free legendary from it, is happening only in, well, Feb. So it's ridiculous to me personally. I think I have some more problems with the legendary event, which they have fixed recently. I'll give them credit where it's due. They have been kind of keeping on top of that. Of course, people did complain about the Rayquaza legendary event. So
Yeah.
again, they're doing some good things with it, but I want to come on to it in a bit just as to explain what I have about my feelings towards the legendary event. But that's the later point. I think that's the third point from now. So I'm gonna start off with we'll start off with the adjustments to reward amounts. Now, the funny thing is, the first main adjustment: 5-star power ups. End of November to December, 2 power ups. Okay, all right. End of December through the end of Jan, 2 power ups. Thanks, game. You said more rewards, and you're giving us the exact same rewards. You're giving us the exact same god rewards. What do you mean? You literally said 2 seconds ago, oh, we're gonna give you more rewards and providing more chances. You're giving us the same god words. Sorry, editors, you're gonna have to do some editing. Thanks. Appreciate y'all for that. But honestly, this is one of the most ridiculous things, because the problem is, my biggest problem with this thing is that 5-star power ups are like SA level. For those of you who don't know, if you have to compare power ups, they're like levels. We obviously have our hidden potential system, which is sync levels. But you only need like 2 copies to unlock the full thing, which is super nice. Or 2 copies, 2 extra copies, that is, to unlock full grid. But after that, you need 20 of these power ups to like max out a potential on a unit and get full stats. The problem with this is also that if you want to EX a unit, which is literally in the title of their god game, if you want to EX a unit, you need to get 20 out of 20 on a unit. And they're only giving us 2 per month. Or, well, every 2 months, clearly. Or, well, no, per month. End of November to end of Jan. Or
so,
November to end of December.
so how you're explaining it? So it's basically like um, it's just for essay, right?
Yes.
So like other games do this too. Like Bleach
Hmm.
Brave Souls, they give out one of these every 4 months or 6 months. So for other games, it's like this is crazy, but for masters, this is pretty butt
Because the
because
thing
like it's
is,
completely different.
it's like, okay, it's like EX is like Dokkaning a unit, okay? It's basically like, oh, you're basically making like 6 stars and stuff, 5 stars, and then you're giving them like extra effects and stuff like that. Like, for example, Red and Charizard can make an AoE attack on their sync move. It's not really imperative that these units, you should EX them, but if it's in the title of your game, you best believe you want people to EX your units. And the fact that each unit now gets an EX automatically and they're making older units EX as well, and the fact that it takes you basically 3 to 4 months to EX a single unit is, in my opinion, an absolute shambles of a maneuver, in my opinion. Like, the thing is, you're only getting two. Clearly, you're only getting two 5 star power ups. You're getting some maybe from Champion Stadium if you do it, and then the rest of them you have to literally summon like units to get the 5 star power ups, because it's kind of like you only can get those 5 star power ups from units as well if you sync 5 out of 5 them and then you summon them again. So you need to get a sixth copy of a unit to be able to start getting 5 star power ups from summoning as well. So normal free to play players probably aren't going to be able to do that unless they're very old units. The whales
Yeah,
can
I
probably
see.
do it. The
Yeah,
whales can probably do it, not us, not the average player,
yeah,
no.
and Gale's no whale.
And I ain't no whale, exactly. Like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind investing into the game if it was worth it.
This
This
is
ain't
not
worth
worth
it.
it.
This
Yeah,
is not
this is
worth it. It's
horrible.
absolutely not worth it. Like, don't get me wrong, you're all. I understand what the game is trying to do, but this, come on, man. You need to give us
So
at least. I don't even care if they don't give us like 20 a month. Give us at least 10 a month. Make us at least be able to EX a unit every 2 months, even not every like 5 to 6 months. Because at the end of the day, you're releasing a unit every like couple of weeks, and you're adding also, well, you're releasing a new unit every couple of weeks, but you're also giving EXs to old units. And if you're doing a combination of that, you're basically getting like 4 or 5 units that EX every month. Whereas I still haven't EX'd all the anniversary units. The only units I've EX'd in the game right now are Red and Charizard and Rosa and Superior. And Rosa and Superior was for free. They literally did a login event for that. So the only technical unit that I've actually EX'd properly is Red and Charizard. In 6 months. It's been 6 months since the, well, not 6 months, 4 months since the anniversary, and it's only been one unit that I've EX'd. That's not good. When the
this is
title of your game
unbelievable.
is
This is
when
unbelievable.
this is the worst part about this, and this is like, I will talk about the other updates as well as we go along, but this is the one thing that I was literally peeved off about in the morning. I saw this and I was like, not cool, because imagine imagine, gotcha, let's say we're going into Dokkan, we're playing Dokkan, and we can't Dokkan awaken a unit for 6 months. How would you feel?
Pretty bad, man.
like 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 I understand. Okay, it's kind of like, okay, I mean, we kind of have that, to be fair. We say that, but we haven't gotten the Android 13 event in like 6 months, so that's besides the point. Ignore that one exclusion of LR Super Spirit Bomb Goku, but yeah, basically it's just like that. So this is the biggest gripe I have with it. Again, they can improve this massively. Again, it's so easy to improve it. Improve the login. Okay, improve the weekly login bonus first and foremost. We're only getting like 250 gems from it. They could easily improve it by adding more power-ups to it, allowing us to buy power-ups using coins, because coins are rarely used in this game. So at least you allow us to buy power-ups with it. Maybe a month you can have like 5 power-ups from the shop. You can buy 5 of them immediately off jump. Champion Stadium has a good way of getting these power-ups, but the cost to get those power-ups is quite high, and it's not worth it really. You barely get like 5 a month, or not even 5 a month. I'd say every five or every 2 months even. And then if you want to get more as well later on, the cost just keeps increasing as well, so it's not great that way. So they need to improve this. This is not good at all. Two 5 star power ups a month is ridiculous when you
This
need
is
like
not
20
how you
for
make a
everyone else.
gotcha game, dude. This is
No,
not it.
no, no, not at all, not at all. It's definitely a way. There are so many ways they can improve it. So many ways, but
Masters EX, if you're watching this video, listen to what Gale said.
for sure.
Quadruple what you're giving right here.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
Um,
okay,
but
okay. So that was just main adjustments, huh?
yeah, yeah, and no, we'll talk a bit about the scout tickets. Scout tickets per month increasing it to 34 is okay, because basically what scout tickets is, you need 30 and they give you a free 5-star for it. So they're basically saying we'll give you a free 5-star. Now the only problem with this is it's a lot of the old units, so it's not amazing, but
I mean, it's not
uh,
bad for newer players.
yeah, like they said, this is exactly what they said. They want more, they want to make it more accessible for newer players, which is completely fair. I think that's a good move that they're doing in that regards. Again, not really great for me personally. Could be improved. Move candy coins. 7 to 10. Stupid, 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 absolutely stupid. Now the problem with the move candy coins is that there's three different, well, there's four different types, but one's universal. The three are for the specific typing. So there's red for strike units, blue for support units, and green for tech units. Now each one uses their own sync candy, and this is kind of like a free dupe basically you're getting. So if you have a candy coin, or like a if you have like 20 candy coins, I think it is, you can make one strike candy or one tech candy or one support candy, which basically allows you to like power up a character from sync 1 to sync 2. It's like opening up a free path basically for your unit. Very nice, but 10 a month, again, very lackluster for when you could be literally like you're getting 10 a month, but not even of a specific type. You're getting like 334 or 4343 or some random distribution of like candy coins. So you might not even get it for like a tech unit for like months, whereas you might get it for a strike unit in 2 months or something like that. So while a good improvement, going to 10, not enough. Not enough. It should be at least like 20 to 25, 20, maybe a good even distribution of like 21 a month, 7 of each. So that by the end of like 2 months or 3 months, you get a free sync candy or sync move for all one of each typing basically. So in that sense, all right. I think again, it's the scout tickets and move candy coins is a small improvement, needs to be better,
It's
but
not
the power,
enough.
it's not enough. I mean, yeah, basically the power ups is just a disaster. It's a shambles. But yeah, that's my perspective on it, and it's absolutely disastrous in
They
my
should
opinion.
double this.
Doubling it would be nice. I think this needs to be like quadrupled or five tupled or whatever you want to call it, 5 times basically. It
Okay,
needs to be a
okay.
lot
So
more.
as of right now, my understanding is we got to get more free stuff because again, there's not much
The way
merit to playing this right now.
it's a bit of a shame saying it's free stuff, but it's more so like you want to make a game that's focused on exing units and you're not giving enough of it more so than anything else. It's like me going into Dokkan, I don't have enough hidden potential orbs and there's no literal way of getting it except for maybe like once every 3 months via World Tournament or something like that. Or it's like me going into Dokkan and saying, oh, we're not giving you Kais anymore, you're gonna have to just summon for them basically. And it's like, well, thanks game, really appreciate that. So it's just a lot of bad methods of handling it in my opinion, and I don't know why, because again, like the devs are very roller coastery in terms of their performances with the game, because again, like I think Goresh and and a lot of people have mentioned before, the game was kind of on the up between like last Jan to like March, April-ish, and even the anniversary I'd even argue to say, but then ever since then it's just gone downhill. It's not been the same level it had been like ages ago in my opinion.
Well,
Moving
that's
on.
unfortunate. So the
Moving on.
next topic we have is the
Yep.
reducing stamina recovery time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Uh,
cool.
it's good. It's a good step in the right direction. Again, like I said, the problem that everybody had with the stamina was that it took too much time for people to recover and so on and so forth. Very similar to like how Genshin's problems were with the stamina and resistance system. Now it's going from 6 minutes to 4 minutes. I still believe I don't understand why they changed it to remove the whole stamina necessity, in my opinion, or adding the stamina necessity at all. Because before we didn't even have stamina in the game and it was perfectly fine. Them adding this whole stamina thing kind of just messed up the game in my opinion. I feel like it just overcomplicated a lot of things, forced people to be limited a lot of the times, and it also hit some of their game modes quite hard in my opinion as well. So I'm still not a fan of the whole stamina thing, but it's good to see that they're trying to fix it as much as possible. I still believe they need to give stamina items as well, rather than just giving us 200 stamina on login every day, which is nice, but I'd rather prefer getting stamina items from like just events or logging in and stuff like that, and then allowing us to restore stamina when we wanted to, rather than it being overfilled more often than not and us not using it because we don't want to use it for a particular reason. Again, good move. Still needs to be worked on. Champion Stadium update. In an update in late December, we will add Master Mode as a new way to play the Champion Stadium. Master Mode is a new feature in which winning battles with added challenges will allow you to get more rewards. Before battle, you can select options that will give your opponent advantages. If you win the battle, you'll receive points corresponding to the options you choose. Very interesting. I like that. Okay. Based on
Yeah,
your total
yeah.
points earned each week, you'll be able to get items such as 5-star power ups, 5-star power up tickets, move candy coins as rewards. These rewards can be earned in addition to the adjusted reward amounts listed in this section above. That's good. So they didn't account for it in this, which is cool. So it's mainly for late game players. This seems like where you can basically choose like the difficulty you want technically, and then from there you get a certain amount of points and a multiplier basically. So like, oh, clear the battle in under 180 seconds, that's 150 points, or clear the battle in under with a certain team and you get a certain amount of points, which is cool. I think this is very cool. Does this remind you of any other game mode in any other gacha?
Uh, you have something in mind, don't you?
I feel like I've seen something like this because it reminds me of something very similar because off the top of my head, the only game mode that I think has done this, I feel, I want to say, I for some reason Fate's coming to mind, but I know it's not Fate.
I can't think of it, honestly.
Yeah, no, there's a very certain gacha game. If you guys know in the comments section down below, let us know. But I like this. This is good. I think this is a good step, a good decision. But the problem is, I hope it's not gimmicky because it's the same problem I think we have with Dokkan right now. It's a lot of gimmicky additions they're doing. It's not really proper difficulty. It's very artificial. Like you can agree with me on that, gacha, for sure,
Yes, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like
Dokkan
with
is.
if you look at ESBR, it's just an HP increase, attack increase, and stuff like that. It's nothing really insane, right?
Yeah, Dokkan's not very new.
Yeah, Dokkan has that artificial difficulty to it, which we hope isn't applied here. It seems like at least that's the case, unfortunately, though, because you're technically making it difficult on yourself by selecting certain options, right? Which, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's a very cool concept, but it's artificial difficulty. You're imposing those difficulties upon yourself. You could easily just go without it. Uh, but yeah, that's personally my biggest problem with that is like, you could have done a bit of a better job here in terms of it adding a difficulty, to be honest. But I do like that, again, the items do exist for us to pick up. Again, it needs to be a lot more, especially the power up tickets. I think that's the biggest thing everybody's looking at more than anything else. So, yeah. And then the final thing, which I know Goresh, as Gacha mentioned earlier on, Goresh mentioned this in the morning. If you want to check out our Twitters, it's in the link down in the description below. That's where we spoke about it. They only mentioned in one new event, basically, apart from all of this, is that it is a new event in Feb. I mean, I'm fine with it. Again, like I said earlier on, it's a good thing they decided to add a new event. Let us know that they're
But
getting a
in
new event in Feb.
February?
But the fact that it's in February is a bit of a concern, in my opinion. I think there should have been something in December, like how we had Mewtwo last year. There should have been something at this point for like, oh, here's a new legendary. Have fun with it, and especially because they fixed it in the last update. Because the problem is, okay, and this is where the reason why I'm okay with it rather than being outright mad about it. Legendary events would say, particularly, let's talk about Ho and Palkia, both of which came. You could only get them 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 20. So you could only get them like base, nothing else. The rest of the investments you kind of had to do yourself. Whereas before that, when we got Solgaleo, Rayquaza ages ago, the original run of Rayquaza and Mewtwo, you could max the unit out. They literally allowed you to get the materials, the items you needed, the potential items you needed, and all of that to max a unit out. And then they stopped doing that, which was the biggest problem. And then in the Rayquaza event, I think a lot of the vote minority and a lot of the majority started coming out and saying like, okay, now you're taking the piss kind of thing, editors, please remove that. But effectively, a lot of the majority came out, and I think that was a good thing they did. They actually listened to people and said, okay, we're gonna give you guys the option to fully max this unit out. We're gonna give you the tickets and everything, and you're gonna be able to max the unit out. Now, I'm hoping they continue with that now, and I think they will, which is a good step. But again, it's February. There should have been something in between. You're doing an end of the year. You're mentioning
Can you
that, oh,
imagine Dokkan not dropping anything new for 3 months?
yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's like, yeah, it's like Dokkan not doing Christmas or New Year's basically. It's like saying, okay, we're taking a break for 2 months now. Have fun, go and do the same events again and again, which is a disaster. I think, in my opinion, I think a game
I
like,
feel like
okay,
this
so
is gonna kill it, their own game at this point.
oh, 100%. I think the biggest problem I have with is that you know if you look at games like Genshin, who have a 6 week schedule, but they have a hard and fast schedule. I feel what Masters is, it's just a lot of randomness that the devs don't know what they're doing, basically, in my opinion. I feel at this point, like Genshin, hard and fast, yeah, it's long, it's a big duration between the games, but it's every 6 weeks. Dokkan, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, give or take, 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the celebration. It's 4 weeks, sometimes it's three. Legends, every week there's something new coming into the game. Fate Grand Order, every 2 3 weeks, again, same thing. Games, especially gachas, need to have a good schedule planned out for them, because that's how you make money at the end of the day. You want to plan out your game so that players know how to plan out their way of playing. With the game itself not knowing what it's doing, the players don't want to follow that because they don't know what
Yep.
they're doing. They're gonna be lost and not wanting to play because they don't know what's happening. Uh, uh, I don't know. It's just a lot of, like, it feels wishy washy. It's like, oh, we're trying to fix things, but we don't know how to effectively. So what they said after that is basically the next message is scheduled for late December, and we hope to share information about events that will take place during the New Year's holiday season. Fingers crossed that's something. And as well as updates heading into the 1.5 year mark. Finally, from the end of November through the end of December, we plan to have various rallies and the debut of new sync pairs. Join us daily to maximize your rewards. Okay. Uh, Overall, I'd give this whole thing a 4 out of 10. Honestly, it's not a complete shambles. I think it would have been if it missed out on stuff like nothing about the legendary event or the champion stadium or the stamina. Had it just been like literally just this and maybe like some parts of this, I would have been like, this is stupid. This is you don't know how to play. You don't know how your game works. You literally haven't played your own game. For me, I just think like it's still there's still potential for it. I'm not gonna let go of that hope. Again, they have got a fantastic IP on their hands. Pokemon is no small IP, but they need to learn not to listen to the wrong audience, and they need to learn to know and play their own game and learn to schedule, because more than anything it feels like they just have shitty time management. Absolutely abysmal time management, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree, man. And hopefully, at some point, they realize that they're killing their own game, or Pokemon Masters ain't gonna be around for much longer.
The funny thing is, before we round off this video, is that one of the things that I was also going to suggest as an improvement, and I know this has become more of a rant video than suggesting anything. I'm going to make some suggestions here now. They need to bring back co-op. I feel co-op being missing, literally useless. I mean, it's not missing, it's there. Nobody does it because there's no point in anybody doing it, quite frankly speaking. They need to find a way to bring that back. The legendary events were a perfect way of doing it until they switched to the loot box style gacha, or the box style gacha, event box gacha style. Sorry, there we go. Took me a while to get there. Um, Co-op is useless. They need to find a way to bring it back in a better way. The special type training events, they need to bring that back. I don't know why they have gone into obscurity. Absolutely, it's ridiculous in my opinion, as to why they're just no longer present whatsoever. And another thing I feel like they need to do, in my opinion, at this point, with how the game is, I wouldn't necessarily suggest it because I don't mind the gameplay as much. Maybe it's time for a gameplay overhaul. Maybe it is time for a gameplay overhaul. I know a lot of people don't like the move gate system and stuff like that. I think it might be time they just switch around and focus on a different way to make the gameplay work, because I think what they need is a complete revitalization of the game. They tried it with renaming the game, but it's gone down the way of Smash Tap and Smash Rising, where it's just not worked out at all. It's not as bad as that, where it just went down the complete. It became complete doo doo butter cheeks, but it's fine. It's not. It's still gone downhill nonetheless. It's not gotten up or anything, or hoped for the revitalization that they had hoped for, I guess. So they may need to go for a full gameplay overhaul. But I think priority, I think, is fix what you have right now. Give more to the players. Work on your co-op events, fix that please, and bring back some of the older events that were actually popular for players, because that's the biggest thing right now. It's just not popular, it's just not working anymore, and they're just adding stuff to the game that nobody likes. Legendary Arena, it's great, but nobody likes it. It's stupid. The rewards aren't worth the Legendary Arena. Battle Villa, while solid, they've removed that to being once a month only rather than every 2 month, twice every month, sorry. Champion Stadium was a lovely addition, but not really worth it. You just do it once and you're done pretty much. You can't even go back to test teams and stuff, which is stupid. And then your general events, well, they're going on, but nobody enjoys doing them, honestly. Like, let's be honest. The time trial event that they added just recently, while it's like the FGO points event, which Gacha, I assume, knows how the points events work in FGO, is boring and dull and repetitive. Nobody enjoys doing those. So, you need to figure out a way to just spice up the game, basically, is what we're saying here. Um, but yeah, that's all from us, I guess, today. Any final thoughts on your end? What would okay, Gotcha. I know you don't play Masters as vigorously as I or Social do. What would
Yeah,
Masters have to do to bring you in?
I'm an extremely casual player. I do log in every day. I do events here and there, but since a lot of the complaints I've noticed early on in my playthrough, I've always kind of stayed clear from actually making this like a game where, I actually get invested in, because the community hates it. um, Hearing you talk about it, it's unfortunate that it's come this way. At first, I liked it because I'm like, oh, the rates aren't too bad. They're pretty cool. I like the gameplay; it's a bit different. But one thing I've noticed again, it's like a lot of these things. It's just kind of boring sometimes, and
Yeah.
especially having to wait so long for content. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: next year, which we've covered a lot on the channel already, that My Hero and
Yep.
Demon Slayer is going to give people even less of a reason to even think about Masters.
100%. 100%.
Especially how
Again.
the gameplay's kind of, it's like that three v three,
Very
very
similar.
close,
Very
very
similar.
similar. And My Hero is like 20,000 times better. I don't see Masters surviving much longer. I'm gonna say that now.
I think the thing is, I think it might survive, but it'll go down the route of how Fire Emblem Heroes is, where it's just gonna be in that pool of obscurity. And fun fact, Dina makes Fire Emblem Heroes, so what a freaking shocker that their own another gotcha game they're making is just going down the absolute. I know I've said that a lot, and I'm sorry, editors, but yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know what you want to see from us about any other gotcha game. We're gonna be trying to talk about a lot more gotchas down the line. Of course, 59Gaming over here. We're trying to cover everything, absolutely everything, and you'll see more of gotcha. And I think along with Nolar, we three are the most well versed with gachas, so you're gonna see us more or less us three basically rounding up a lot of the gacha stuff. But yeah, once again, shout outs to Gacha Talks for joining me today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It was a great pleasure. And guys, in the comments below, again, let us know what you guys think about Masters, how they could fix it, and whatever future videos that you guys want us to see on the channel, if it's bashing it, if it's us giving it actual criticism, let us know, and we are more than welcome to keep doing it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I know I kind of ranted there a bit and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I want to make this game a thing. I want it to be as good as it can be, because I know the potential it has, obviously, as a Pokemon IP, and I think everybody knows that. It's just a shame it's made run by very, very poor devs in the end. But yeah, links are in the description down below for our Twitters as well as the 59Gaming socials. You got the Twitter, you got the Twitch, the Instagram, TikTok, everything is down there. Leave a like and subscribe. It's been Gil. It's been Gotcha. I'll see you guys next time for the next video. Peace out, everybody. Bye.
Peace.